Hey everyone, this is Adam Motiwala back here with a 2-minute tip. This time we're going to do a theme and we're going to do a series. And we're going to talk about how to build a website, and I'm going to walk you through all the steps that we take when we're building some of our amazing sites. And I'm going to tell you what we did when we built a website for the Pope. That's right, we built a website for the Vatican last year, and we got to go there, and I got blessed by one of the senior cardinals. It was a pretty amazing experience. And so I'm going to walk you through 6 of our steps that you can take to create a website. So first is knowing what to build and knowing what your goals are. Most people just want to create a new website, but what we do is when we start a website is we're like, well, why do we want to create a new website or redesign it? Is it to get more conversions if you're selling something online? Is it to just spread awareness to a new product? Is it to compete with your competitors? Is it to be just mobile responsive? A lot of sites, you'd be surprised, do not really work well on their phone, even though over 50% of web traffic is from mobile devices now. So that's the first thing, is to understand your goals. And what we do, once we sort of outline the goals, is we do an analytics dive and we do some user interviews. And you can either do survey using tools like SurveyMonkey or Google Forms, or you can just talk to people that use your site frequently, or that is your customer segment. So what does analytics do? Well, analytics tells us which websites or pages are being currently visited. Which drop-off rates do you have? Where does it seem like people are getting confused? And what are the sources of traffic? And what that does is that tells us very quickly what information on your site is important to your current user base. And by knowing that, when we redesign the site, we have an idea of where to start and what we need to include and what we should omit, or what needs to be less confusing. And then the user interviews and surveys, what they do is they tell us what people would like to have and what they expect when they come to your website. So using those two together, you're able to create a strategy, basically a roadmap of what your website should do, who it should serve, and what the expectations are. So the output of step 1 is to know your goals, know from analytics what currently is being used and not used, and talking to some users to realize what their expectations are of your website. What do they like? What do they dislike? And that will give you a roadmap of how to move forward with the next step, which is going to be doing the user analysis and a user journey. Stay tuned for the next tip.